In this video, I'm going to show you how to configure and deploy a cloud load balancer. And in this scenario, I'm going to be balancing traffic between two web servers, Blue and Red. Let's get started by clicking on Load Balancers, and then clicking on Create Load Balancer. Now the first option I have is I can give this load balancer a name. And because I'm sending traffic to two web servers named after colors, I'm going to call this one Color Web. Now, I can also deploy this in a different region, but it's very important to make sure your cloud load balancer is built in the same region as your cloud servers. Otherwise, you can incur extra costs and have variable performance. So I'm going to leave this in Chicago. In the configuration section, I can define whether or not I want this cloud load balancer to be accessible on the public internet or not. And in this case, because I'm balancing web traffic, it does need to be accessible to the public internet. So let's leave that option there. And I can also handle a number of different types of traffic. But for this example, once again, I'm going to be handling unencrypted web traffic. So let's leave this at HTTP. Probably the most important decision that you can make when building a new cloud load balancer is what algorithm you're going to use. And I give you a brief description in the introduction page, but if you need a reminder, you can hover over this question mark and get a brief description of what all the algorithms are. And in this case, I actually want to use round robin. So let's go ahead and select round robin. And the last thing I need to do before actually building this load balancer is select the servers that are going to be connected to it. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and select both Blue and Red. It's worth noting that you can also add an external node, and in this case, an external node can be a cloud server from a different region. It can be a physical server located within the Rackspace data center, or a server outside of the Rackspace data center, but we're not going to do it for this example. Now, all I need to do is click on Create Load Balancer, and it'll take a few moments to build. Once the load balancer becomes active, I can test it out by grabbing the public IP address, opening up a new tab in my browser, and going to that. And let's start refreshing it to see exactly how it's sending traffic. We can see that it keeps rotating us back and forth between Blue and Red, which is what round robin should be doing. Now, in the next video, I'm going to show you some of the options that you can configure after you've deployed your cloud load balancer.